just like to quickly mention, my name is Gilbert Mwale. I'm the CEO and co-founder of eMsika. Joined with me here is Emmanuel as well from eMsika. And we are here to make sure that the training is going on smooth and strong, because we do make sure that farmers are provided with trainings on different forms of agricultural activities, all the way from plants to livestock. And we have worked hand in hand with Mr. Zhunga from Zhunga Farms. And I hope that you'll probably be able to join us even on his Facebook page, Zhunga Farms, and as well as his personal account, Zhunga Simbolanga. Please follow him there. And there are more trainings as well for those of us who are following from Facebook. Thank you very much. Please throw in questions from there, and they'll be able to be brought in for Mr. Zhunga and his guests. And then secondly, follow the Apunzile page on Facebook and the eMsika page. Go to eMsika.com and apunzile.com. You can follow this training from there as well. We'll be sharing this information in the chat. So without taking too much time, I think this is the right time for us to begin to start with the training. I would pass this on to Mr. Simbolanga. Thank you very much. You're on mute.
Thank you, Mr. Mwale, and I welcome everyone watching us through Zoom or Facebook. Those watching us through Zoom, just some ground rules. If you could switch off your videos and your mics so that we allow the presentation flow. Thereafter, there will be a component of questions, as we do always towards the end. May I mention that today we have a guest that has come to present to us on a very topical issue that has attracted a lot of attention globally. And we think as Zambians, we have the mandate to also jump on the bandwagon so that everyone else, even in our country, should be learning about these things. Like I always say, everything begins in the soil, and obviously it will end in the soil. In the book of Genesis, everything was created from the water and the soil, and then we had everything that God gave us. Now our mandate is to procreate. Our mandate is to make sure that what God has given us in our hands, we use it to the advantage of many others. Those that are watching us on Facebook, please indicate where you are watching us from, and we are always happy and glad that you are following us. It's indeed so marvelous. We have Engineer Bernard Chuala today. He's a man of so many backgrounds. Those that have been inboxing me have told me that, where did you meet this man? He was my lecturer. And a lot of people gave different other testimonies. Today, particularly, we want him to tell us about avocado, the cultivation of our avocado. What is the future here in Zambia? Where do we see it going? Where are we? And how do we get motivated? What monies do we see in avocado? Because most of us farmers want to see money. So at this time, I would want to introduce to you Engineer Mr. Bernard Chuala. He's going to speak to us for quite some time, and then we'll have questions at the end of the presentation. Mr. Chuala, welcome to our presentation this evening.
Thank you very much, Senior Counsel, for this opportunity to be on your platform, which you've asked us to talk about the commercial cultivation of avocados in Zambia and its future. And that's the topic I'll be handling tonight. In terms of the...
So much. Maybe as a preamble, you could introduce yourself. What are your interests in farming and who you are, so that people can appreciate and pick it up from there with the presentation, which I know is loaded, and we are eager to learn more from you. Thank you, Mr. Chuala, sir.
Thank you, Senior Counsel. My name is Engineer Bernard Chuala. I'm a family man and also a farmer, a husband of but one wife, and I've been in the engineering field. This is my 30th year in the industry, but along the way, I picked up something that I love very much, where I'm very passionate about, and that is farming. That was introduced to me by Reverend John Enright when we lived in Kitwe, and he inspired me a lot, particularly in the farming of bananas. You'll be amazed to learn that Zambia imports bananas, and banana is a tropical fruit And you'll also be amazed to learn that when we began doing banana farming, the best yields in terms of bananas, the whole world, have been obtained from Zambia. So Zambia should have been a banana republic, and this was achieved by Reverend Enright in terms of yield per hectare. And that's the man that set me on the pathway to farming. But tonight we'll not be talking about bananas, we'll be talking about avocados. And before me is an outline of what I'll share. I'll talk about what we do at MORIAH Gardens and share some thoughts as well on why I think agriculture mechanization value addition are critical to transforming the agricultural landscape in Zambia. Then of course, shifting to Hass, why Hass is the most popular variety globally. It's referred to as a green gourd. And then also we'll talk about some of the products we can make from avocado, which we are doing here at MORIAH. And some people may be interested to find out, is there a ready market for Hass? I have good news for you. We do have some buyers out of Italy, Sagel, who has written a letter of intent to the Lusaka cooperative, avocado cooperative, in which they are needing about 960 tons per month. Even as we speak, as Lusaka Avocado Cooperative, we've sent one of our members to attend a big expo on fruit to the international market in that respect. And we are looking for more people to come into us avocado cultivation. We'll then go into the details of what is involved, particularly with land and soil preparation, plant spacing, why 5x5, why 3x7, and then the critical role water plays in avocados. May I say that avocado is a water-thirst plant. Now, then share by people who inspired me into the avocado world, and conclude, I hope, if we'll have time, on the 3 takeaways that I think we could look at. Very well then, what are the things that we do at MORIAH Garden? We are incorporated as a stewardship investment. We do general agriculture, avocado, food processing. And food processing was the entry point for us into the avocado. We've been processing honey and also chilies and peanut butter.
Can we have the, it's in slide mode. Slide show would be better. Thank you.
Okay. Like that?
Yes.
Okay. So those are the key things we do.
That's okay. We can proceed, engineer. Thank you so much for the reminder.
That is fine. That is fine.
So on the avocado side, we do seedling propagation, and also in terms of the seedlings, lemons, oranges, and several other fruits, because fruit trees are generational investment, and that's what we are trying to push. We also manufacture beehives, and people buy and they put them in their farms for honey. But what is key also, because of our focus on value addition, from the wax you get from the honey, there are several things that we are able to do. And one of the things that we've been able to experiment here is the production of shoe polish. We are hoping to move into other products out of beehive, out of the wax, which include lipstick for ladies. Ladies, are you there? May I say that lipstick is simply wax that has some color. And also floor polish. And these are the things that we are moving into. And food processing, we also conduct training and fish farming. There is one verse from the Bible that inspires me from Proverbs 12:11. It says, he who works his land will have abundant food, but he who chases fantasies lacks judgment. So let's work our land. And also some interesting thought from Mrs. KONI, who said, let us farm Zambia out of poverty. truly, there is no explanation for this country importing much of what we import, bananas and oil. We import cooking oil. And we are saying, no, we can change that, because from avocado, you can make oil for cooking. And those are some of the products we make: honey, and the beehive, and banana plantation. Remember, I talked about bananas. That is where we started from, way back in the mid-2000s. And that's a beehive under a tree at our farm in Kitwe. And peanut butter there, and pounded in Twilo, and chili sauce. Chili sauce is one of the top products that we have that people love very much. It's well blended. And there I'm showing a process of making avocado oil. You get the pulp we eat from avocado, and then you usually dry it, say, for 3-4 days to expel the water, and then you cold press, you get your avocado oil. And those are the global brands you see that are selling the international market. And Italy is a big one on avocado oil. Meanwhile, avocado is a tropical fruit, and I'm asking the question, why can Zambia be the global supplier of avocado oil? It's because the technology is so simple. You solar dry your avocado, you cold press it. If you have a jack of your car and the cloth, you just simply press it and your oil will be there. You use it for cooking, for making several other things. May I submit also that the graph I'm showing there is the smoking point for edible oils. Can you see the extra virgin olive oil at 160 degrees Celsius? That's the point at which it begins to smoke. And when your oil you're cooking begins to smoke, it changes its molecular structure. And it's something else, not the oil you're looking for. And at that point, the oil is not good enough. So the lower the melting point, the lower the point at which the smoke comes out, it tells you that it's not very good oil. So when you look at the avocado, it's way up there. It's 270. So the question is, why is olive oil more famous than avocado oil? I have some inclination on this one, because avocado is a tropical fruit. We didn't do much research here. It's more nutritious than the olive oil that's well known. But we are saying, let's change these matrices and push this oil because of its nutritional value. So you need to look at the smoke point to tell whether the oil is good or not. And sunflower is also good. You can see there at 266 degrees. That's one of the greenhouses at MORIAH. When we graft the seedlings, we put them in the greenhouse for 1 to 2 months to allow them to pop up. And once they pop up, we take them to the shed nets for them to harden before they are taken by farmers and planted. And that's the shed net where the seedlings are hardening. I will say some things about the challenges we are facing in Africa. Poor leadership has been one of the biggest problems. We should be the leading supplier of value-added products. And also as engineers, we haven't played a pivotal role, particularly in value addition. And of course, with governance system that have been eclipsed by powerful individuals. But with the new dawn we are seeing, I think there's hope for Zambia, and we're very excited that we're entering a new era in which meritocracy, performance, and your contribution will count more than they ever did in the past regime. And John Maxwell advises us that everything rises and falls on leadership. So the leadership challenge is critical to us realization, the full extent of the benefit we can achieve on participating in the commercialization of us avocados in Zambia. And it's not a new phenomenon. Hass came to Zambia more than 25 years ago. This is the research I've done. But why it was not popular is because it was one of those best kept secret by a few individuals. Unlike Kenya, Kenya democratized the growing of avocado through their cooperatives. and today they lead Africa, and today they are number 8 globally. And if you look at the land size of Kenya, it's a much smaller country, and it's also a dry country, it's arid. So we have everything it takes in terms of the climatic requirement and water to beat Kenya in the coming years. If we apply our mind to this and we use science, we mechanize, and we add value. And that is showing how our economy has been performing since 2011. Last year, we shrank as an economy. You can see a downward trend. This must change. This nation must be growing at least 10% minimum for us to achieve the economic indicators that will lift people out of poverty. We know we have a bracket of about 60% of people living in abject poverty. This need not be so, because we have everything here in our hands, acres of diamonds under our feet. And I analyzed from the economic recovery program government formulated regarding the performance of agricultural sector. You can see in those charts, the black is agriculture from 2010 to 2019. Agriculture contribution to GDP has been shrinking. And what's amazing is the green, the wholesale and trading increasing. This to me is indicating that this country is becoming a trading nation, and that's not good. And that's why the performance of our economy, particularly with exchange rate on the kwacha to dollar, has been poor, because we are becoming an importing country that wants to trade without producing. This needs to change, because we have the land, we have the water and the sunshine. And those are the growth. So in the last 10 years, almost our agriculture shrank by 0.9%. We have so many competitive advantages in Zambia. Number one, a nation is peaceful, excellent climate, natural hub with resources, and we are hospitable people. Let's latch on these and use them to our advantage and make this an economic hub in the region and in Africa as a whole. Very well then, regarding mechanization, it's at 3 levels. The manual, where you use your hands, the animal drawn implements, and mechanical power. There's got to be a shift to mechanical power, and here engineers need to play a pivotal role, particularly electrical and mechanical engineer with the motor. We export copper, and much of the materials they use in the manufacture of a motor, which drives your motive power, is copper. And then we import a motor from outside. Meanwhile, the resources are coming from here, and I'm saying no. I was talking to some people last week on the copper bill deal in motor winding. I said, let's change this narrative and begin to manufacture motors here. I also told last year the professor from UNZA, the vice chancellor, I said, in terms of curriculum, we need to change the curriculum at UNZA and focus on practical things, particularly in the design and manufacture of motor, because that is a driver that transforms nation and ensure that you have mechanization and you have value addition. Benefits of mechanization. Number one, it leads to high yields. If you use a hoe, it will take you a long time to cultivate your land. And also in terms of harvesting, when you are harvesting things, there's a lot of wastage using simple technology. But if you use a combine harvester, for example, and you use a maize sheller, you are able to capture and reduce the wastage. It leads to high return on investments and of course, poverty reduction. That's why I'm saying agriculture mechanization is pivotal to transform the landscape of our economy. And that's the value chain in the mechanization process from manufacture to primary processing. And agriculture gives you input for primary processing. So we need to do that. We need to process. You get your sunflower. We need to convert that into oil. You get your peanut butter. You need to convert that into peanut butter for sale. and also from avocado, which is what we are talking about. There are several products you can make from there, and I'll share soon some of those. And this is a mechanization system that our friend in China have done. I've been looking at what they are doing. It's amazing. From land preparation up to the end, at every value chain, there's a cooperative that helps the farmer. Cultivation, irrigation, field management, planting and harvesting, storage and value addition. No wonder they are able to feed 1.4 billion people without a problem. Mechanization is key. And those are some of the equipment we need. Cassava is increasingly becoming a commercial crop. We can use cassava and process it to make ethanol, and that gas can be used to power a gas turbine and several other things. Those equipment can easily be made here so that we mechanize. All you need is a motor. Those are some of the products we can make here. Very well then. Why is avocado popular globally? Number one, because of its nutritional value. It's high in protein and mineral content. It has many applications in cosmetic industry. It has a long shelf life, unlike most of the local avocados here. 3-4 days, the avocados become bad and they begin to decay. It has a shelf life of up to 14 days, but ours 3-4 days. Also, it has high oil content compared to our local one. Our local one average around 9%. Ours will give you 20%. And the trees have a long lifespan. You will be harvesting for more than 50 years. So it's a generational investment. And the global market are looking for this product. This is where we need to apply ourselves, why people are looking for us. And there is a chart showing the suppliers and participants in the global avocado market, with Mexico being the leading exporter, and Kenya there 78 million, number 8. We need to dislodge Kenya there in the next 10 years. And that's the global market in terms of us, 2020, 20 billion, and they're forecasting to be 19.5 billion in the next 6 years. So there is a market to be taken. And we just attended a Congress on avocados last week. And it's amazing that the Chinese are beginning to eat avocados. And that's an emerging huge market for people to participate and latch in. There's even some advice from the president of the African Development Bank and what he says about agriculture. He says the future millionaires and billionaires of Africa will come from, not from oil or gas, they'll come from agriculture sector. And he wants us to take agriculture as a business. He says nobody smokes gas, nobody drinks oil, but everybody eats food. So food is critical, and that's what Africa has a comparative advantage. It's a huge continent that fails to feed itself with all the climatic conditions just set for it. And this is the narrative ADB wants to help change. They are supporting in Western Province the growing of cashew nuts and want to see how we also can latch in the avocado sector in the funding that they have. Very well then, there is a summary of the things you can make from avocado. There are more. I only have 13 critical ones. Soap. And as you know, soap is a product of two things, oil and an alkaline. So the avocado oil together with an alkaline, you mix them. This is what we did in Form 5 many years back. Cooking oil for cooking, hair shampoo, hair conditioner, body lotion, oil, avocado juice, tea, and the women, number 9, they love it for treating their faces, facial treatment. And Harrods is selling 100 grams of facial treatment at $40. Ice cream, we make ice cream. And also the remain after you extract the oil, the cake, you can use it as a stock feed. And the skin, once you throw it away, don't throw it, dry it, and you can make charcoal briquette. There is no need of cutting trees to make charcoal. Grass and leaves and all this waste, organic, you can use them and change the landscape of Zambia. In terms of the Lusaka Avocado Cooperative, we are seeking to promote the cultivation of avocado in Lusaka province. Yesterday, we elected a new board to direct the affairs of the Lusaka Avocado Multipurpose Cooperative. And as I mentioned earlier, in July 2021, we received a letter of intent for procurement of 960 tons of avocado by Sageo of Italy. So we have a market ready for us. What we don't have is the numbers to meet the market requirement. And that was an article in the newspapers after we concluded discussions with the Italian firm on 26th of July, and 28th this came out. And this initiative was facilitated by ZA. That's the oil we make from MORIAH Gardens, avocado oil, very simple, like I've said. And that's the avocado soap from MORIAH Gardens. And those are lotion, body lotion, and air pomade, and some soap. This was made by Madam Judith Chowa. She's able to make different kind of soaps using the avocado oil. You mix it with turmeric, you mix it with carrot, and it's amazing the number of things you can make out of these products. And that's me producing avocado ice cream. You start first by making the condensed milk, and then you have your cream from your milk and mix them and blend it. And that's your avocado ice cream. And we shared some of avocado ice cream with the board when they came to MORIAH last month. We had a board meeting here. That's the ice cream they enjoyed. And then this is what is on the global market out of the USA. We have the avocado, but see, they are producing that and selling globally. Let's change the narrative. That's the message I'm making. We have everything. This is a tropical fruit. It just grows by itself here. I talked about the avocado face masks from Harrods, $40, 100 grams. A Hass avocado average weight is 250 grams. So just one Hass avocado, you get 2 of these and gives you $80. Can you imagine? You can also make tea from the seed and infuse it with other things like cinnamon and rosemary and lemongrass, and brand it and put it on the market. We are also propagating local varieties. This is a MERKAP local variety, a wonderful, wonderful fruit that we got from Kaneo Kapandula early this year, and we've propagated them. And the idea is to use them as a source of rootstock going forward. Different varieties of the food you can make out of avocado. I look forward to a day we'll have avocado restaurant, serving avocado soup, serving avocado oil and foods, and avocado drink, and avocado tea. And it's very nutritious. And that chart is showing the behavior of the tree throughout the year when it's planted in terms of what happens at what point. The idea is you should know how your plant is behaving from the time it's planted month on month and see what you need to do at each particular time. Very, very important. So what are the kind of areas where you should have these things when you plant your avocado? You should plant the avocado in an area that is frost-free. Frost can attack avocados and cause the flowers to dry and wither. Also, when you establish a plantation, you must ensure that you have a windbreak to protect the avocado plants from strong winds. Strong wind causes the flowers to drop. Even for other fruits, you need a windbreaker. For avocado, you also need well-drained soils, because if it's having too much soil, it will cause root rot and it will not grow. And plant your trees in full view where there's maximum sunshine. Very, very important. Soil analysis and soil requirement is key. So before you proceed to do anything, do soil tests, and Mount Makuru and Hunza can help you so that you understand the profile of your soil. And once you know this, then you are able to assess what kind of amendment you can apply to your soil to make it better. And the price is not much, it's under 700 kwacha. You pay that so that you know where you have what, other than just start planting. Do this also for other crops, onions and sunflower, and so very, very important, because the soil is what gives life to what you are planting. The soil textural analysis, and this triangle is showing that you need an average of about 40% clay in your soil where you are planting the avocados, and around 20% of the sand and 20% of the loam. Because if you have too much clay, then you will have water staying and flooding, and avocados doesn't want so much water. Because if there is flooding, the roots will rot and it will not grow. If it is too much sand as well, the water will seep down and not have enough water to grow. So just the right kind of soil structure you need. Hence the need for soil analysis we earlier talked about. Plant spacing. What are the factors that affect plant spacing? Some people may say, what must be the spacing be? We are using currently 5 by 5 meters. In the past, they used to do 10 by 9, 9 by 8 large spacing, but there's been a shift toward smaller spacing, even 3 by 3, 4 by 4, 5 by 5. These are called high density spacing. And what is the reason? The reason is that you will be able to get your return on investment much earlier than when the trees are spaced, because of the number of fruits you get on a square meter. But what it will do also, you will have a lot of work to be pruning the trees, but your investment will be recovered much, much earlier than when the trees are spaced far apart. So you get more fruit in a unit space. So factors affecting this area is the type of avocado you are growing, the location of your orchard. You must have your avocado orchard located in the direction of where you achieve maximum sunshine. Very, very important, maximum sunshine. So it must move from north to south, because the sun is coming from the east. So you will have maximum sunshine hitting your plantation. Then look at also the soil type and the depth and the machinery and the thinning of the trees you'll be undertaking as the plantation grows. And of course, the available capital investment you are willing to give. Major problems that you encounter as you plant the plantation: root rot caused by fungal problem and also caused by too much water, and the fruit fly, which cause the fruit to rot. But all these have answers, hence the need for you to partner with agronomists. Don't do farming without the input of experts. And Mount Makuru, again, as these experts, bring them along, let them give answers. They can maybe come in periodically to give you input on what is required, because without that, you'll be stumbling in the dark and you can lose money, because avocado is quite a huge investment that you put in there. Average plants now are costing around between 80 to 100 kwacha, depending on the source where you're getting this, and that's a high cost. Hence the need to have the expert to ensure that you have a lot of success of those plants you put in the ground. So the agronomists will help you guarantee plant health that will meet the global agricultural practices. This is key for participating, for example, in this Italy arrangement we have. You meet those requirements that they set, and that once you pass, once you are certified, and then your product will go anywhere globally. And globally, they are looking for us. So there's a future in participating in the Hass avocado because of its nutritional health and the many products that come out that I shared earlier in terms of value addition. So we are inviting farmers to come and participate in this industry. In terms of the ecological requirement for avocado cultivation, studies have been done on this, altitude of between 1,000 to 2,000 and above sea level. And most of Zambia is between 900 to 1,500. So we are well placed in the kind of altitude where this thing does very well. And also well-distributed rainfall not less than 1,000. And much of Zambia has this kind of rain, particularly in the northern part of Zambia. But in the southern part, complement a lot with irrigation. Irrigation is key. The optimal temperature range is between 20 to 30. We meet all these requirements. And deep well drained fertile soil, alluvial room soils with pH range from 5 to 7. Your pH helps in the absorption of minerals. You must also do the test, so know in the soil test analysis what your pH is, so that you can make proper amendment to ensure that your pH is within this range, because this is the optimal range in which avocados will do very well. Water assessments, key. The water requirements: do you have a bore? Do you have a lake? Do you have a spring? Do you have water rights to abstract the water? If you've done bore sightings, if it's a bore site, what is your depth? How much yield are you getting from a borehole? Can you irrigate and supply the water requirement for each plant per week? Have you established and know the minimum water requirements that the tree will require per week? That's key, and that's what you get. And any water conservation approaches you are doing, particularly with mulching, is very key that you mulch your plants. And the mulching should be such that the size of the canopy of your tree must be equal to the mulching that you put under a tree. So that when you irrigate, your water is not evaporating, it's being kept there and supplying water to your root system. As you know, the avocado roots are not very deep. They are close to the surface. Very well then, I would like to share with you some of the people that have inspired me in the avocado sector. I was introduced to avocados by Engineer Lighton Kanoa just slightly over 2 years ago now. And I've learned also a lot from Engineer Patrick Tumushi. Some of the materials I got and acquired out of Zambia was through his contacts. And of course, the queen of hearts, Deborah Piri. She began avocado farming more than 10 years. Her trees are more than 10 years. And she coached me we were together with her at university. She studied agriculture. So she's a good person to know so that you can learn how avocado farming is done. She's got about 500 plants. And of course, Mr. Kalolo, our former chairman of the Avocado Growers Association of Zambia, and he's done very well with his trees. They are doing well. He's been selling. And this year he's been averaging between 700 fruits on one tree, and the average price of around 5 kwacha. So you can do your maths. So 700 plants, fruits rather, and 5 kwacha per tree. And Mr. John Choa, who is our Secretary General of the Lusaka Avocado Mount Purpose Cooperative. These are the people that have influenced me in this sector, and I'm boundless grateful for what they've done to me. And there is a summary of the capital investment required to set up an avocado farming. And we recommend drip or microjet irrigation. If you want to use the same space of the land where you have avocado for other things like onion, microjet would be just about right. And this is a forecast that the Avocado Cooperative Union of Zambia have done concerning the number of hectareage that will be having avocados in Zambia and the tonnage for the next 10 years as we seek to participate in the global market. And the tonnage there is amazing in terms of what can happen if we reach at least 40,000 hectares of avocados planted. And there is a chart, a table showing avocados with the Kenyan experience. This 400 plants there is the number of plant trees in a hectare space that's 5 meters apart. And the forecasted yield, you will have nothing in the first 2 years. In year 3, you begin to get, say, average between 100 to 200. And if you have a price of 7 kwacha, in the right corner there on the extreme right, that is the forecasted revenue you can get. So you can see that in year 4 or 5 there, you become a millionaire. That is at least $1 million from 1 hectare of avocados. There are very few crops that can give you this, and it will do this for more than 50 years because it's a generational investment. Very well then, what winning attitude do we need? The attitude we need is that we need to take responsibility for all our actions, discard the blame game, and just do it by yourself. If it's going to be, it's up to me. So let us do it, no blaming. I like the advice Mensa Otbill gives to us. He says, the wealth of a nation does not reside in the abundance of its natural resources, but in the wisdom of its people. As I conclude, these are the 3 takeaways I would like to leave you with. Number 1, commercial cultivation of us avocados is a generational investment spanning over 5 decades, and it is an idea whose time has come. Us avocado cultivation holds the promise for Zambia's economic transformation. And the 3rd point is we need to use science and technology in the agriculture sector. Thank you very much. I submit.
Thank you so much, Engineer, for the time given to us and for your submissions. And I want to indicate to you that this has been so informative. I've been following even on Facebook. People are excited. They are very happy. And I must say on their behalf that you have done us justice. Now we can pledge that we'll all go and grow avocados. But without wasting much time, it's 15 minutes to go. So we usually do questions and answers. Before I hand over to the eMsika to handle the questions and the answers, I want you to tell us where we can find these in Zambia. You mentioned that you do this at MORIAH Gardens, how do we get to your place? You can tell us when we can buy them, how much they are selling at. Because we have had, I think, almost this far, those that have followed and watched, we are more than 1,000, those that have been reached. They may want to come and buy these things. Others are coming from distant places. How do they access them? Maybe if you can handle us that part, then it will be helpful. Thank you.
Thank you very
Then
much.
INFUSED will pick it up with the questions, then I'll come in later to close.
Thank you
But
very
those
much.
that are watching us, please remain with us as the engineer will be answering the questions. Feel free to post the questions. Those that we may not answer, you can follow my page. Those watching us on Facebook, like my page, share it, follow, because we do these things every Sunday. We invite different people. I do presentations on different topics. So for now, engineer, you will tell us that, and then the eMsika will follow up with questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we are based in Lusaka, in Makeni at MORIAH Gardens. We do have the seedlings, and they go for 100 kwacha one plant. We also help you with soil preparation guidelines, land preparation guidelines, and we work with the agronomists who are experts in this area to help us do the right thing, so that when you start planting, you are not galloping in the dark, but you have the right information to set you apart. Also, we encourage you before you start, like I mentioned, you get soil analysis through Mount Makuru or the University of Zambia. So you understand the soil structure and profile. Like when you begin to make amendments, if it's too acidic, you are able to add lime and that kind of thing. So we do that. And we think that with working with experts, it makes life very, very easy. So we are looking for more participants in this sector. We do have a buyer in Italy, like I said, the Lusaka Avocado Multi-Purpose Cooperative, but this also extends to all the other provinces who can participate, because we can't meet that demand ourselves in Lusaka. So you are welcome to be part of this. And the seedlings, there are also other people in the other provinces where we have avocado cooperatives, Copper Belt, Western Province, Luapula, and Northern. We are waiting for Mchinga and Eastern and Southern Province to have this cooperative established. We do have the umbrella organization, which is the Avocado Cooperative Union of Zambia, who are overseeing these cooperatives in each province. So we do have a system that we are evolving, and we think that if we pull our heads together and our hands together like Kenya's done, we can surpass Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Chwala. So everyone, thank you very much for joining us today. If you have any questions, please just post them in the chat. If you're on Zoom, post them in the chat. And just I'd like to tell everyone today that thank you very much for the energy to come through this evening. We have maxed out the whole entire Zoom. We literally had more than 100 people trying to join in, as well as on Facebook. So all your questions are well represented. Please send them in the chat. We'll ask them to Engineer Chwala and you quickly answer them. If you're on WhatsApp, we also have our eyes on you, so do not feel left out. So first question, Engineer, wonderful training you've passed on there. We're very grateful. People will be coming through, obviously. And for those who are not aware, this is Gilbert from eMsika. We are supporting the training by Mr. Zhunga and Engineer Chwala right now. For any farm inputs you're looking for and all training related issues, go to eMsika.com and Apunzile.com. So first question, Engineer, how do you export Hass avocado and its byproduct? Is there a specific company location that buys large quantities of avocado and its byproducts? This question is being asked by Praise Piri right here on the Zoom call.
At the moment, as the Lusaka Avocado Multi-Purpose Cooperative, we met yesterday through our annual general meeting, at which we shared the roadmap for the next 5 years that outlines key deliverables we are looking to achieve. And one of them is the setting up of a pack house where people will be bringing their avocados for cleaning, sorting, grading, and packing. The point is we already have a market, so it won't be a big problem for establish this in terms of getting the financial requirement, because there's already a buyer asking, give me this every month. So, and then we export through our ports and through the airports, through temperature controlled containers that will be shipped and taken out of Zambia. So in terms of the structure, that's what we are working on, the new board that has been established. But we work through, like I said, the Avocado Cooperative Union of Zambia, the umbrella organization, to augment with other regions, that is other provinces, to get the quantities we are looking for. So we stand ready to seize this market that has come to Zambia. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer. Second question is, how many plants can yield a ton by Gabriel Mpundu? I think that's a quick one.
Sorry, what's the question?
How many tons, how many plants can yield a ton?
Okay. For example, if your tree is producing an average of 500 fruit trees per year, the average weight that is required, the standard weight that is required globally for Hass avocado is 250 grams. So if you have 250 grams and then there are 500 fruits, you can do the maths. So you are able to see how much that is. So the weight that is required, that's the standard weight, is 250 grams minimum. And that's the standard that we are pushing for all our members to achieve.
Thank you for that quick one. After how many years do you start harvesting? That is from Susan Oji.
It's 3 years because these are grafted Hass avocados. So 3 years you begin to harvest. I did show that chart showing the Kenya experience and the number of fruits you get. So in year 3, there won't be so many, but they will be progressively increasing. What we want is our farmers to achieve at least 500 fruits per tree. Like I mentioned, our former chairman for the Avocado Growers Association of Zambia, this year he was averaging between 700 fruits to 1,000 fruits per tree. That is a game changer. Say you get 1,000 times 5 kwacha, meaning one tree is giving you 5,000 kwacha. In a hectare for 5 meters apart, that is 400 plants. So 5,000 times 400, you can do the maths again. And then we are also promoting the value addition. At MORIAH, we are working on value addition where you make avocado oil, avocado soap. We would like many people to participate so we can have the numbers and export. Why should we buy avocado soap from outside when it is a tropical fruit? I'm saying this narrative ought to change. I submit.
Thank you very much. A question from Facebook, Alfred Banda is asking, because of the high demand of Hass avocado seedlings, a lot of people have gone into Hass avocado seedlings production. How can one know what she or he is buying genuine Hass seedlings? Because should ACUZ, I think the association, should spread throughout the country as well. So I think the question is, how can one tell the difference?
Work with the cooperative, join the cooperative. We know what people are doing. We know where to get the genuine scions. We know where to get the genuine plants. And that's why we are banding together so that we are not shortchanged by people. Certainly there are people who want to take advantage in the COVID medicine, people trying to take advantage. And we are saying, be part of this avocado family. And then we hold training, we hold the farm visits and tours. So you participate so that you are with the family that is involved in this, not just outsiders looking for money.
Awesome. Please, everyone, just a reminder, please like the pages that you are using on Facebook for Mr. Zhunga, like his as well as his personal account, and also for eMsika and Apunzile. And please go and have a look at Engineer Bernard Chiwala as well on Facebook, and also his pages, and whatever they are doing, you definitely want to follow. Another question is, what plans do you have, Mr. Chiwala, Engineer Chiwala, sorry, to increase access to the plant stock for people, most especially, for example, in Southern Province?
We are looking forward to the establishment of the Southern Province Avocado Multi-Purpose Cooperative, and the cooperative will be establishing nurseries like Lusaka is starting, so that people can have, and then we do outgrower schemes. We are also hoping to tap into the funding. There's some funding that is available for planting trees to help with the carbon emission problem that is facing the global climate. And avocados will help in that sense. And someone posted here in terms of water requirements and the problem they've had in Mexico, because avocado is a water thirst plant. So once we plant these trees, they'll help with cooling the earth and reconfigure the climate. So we need more trees, we need more fruit trees, so that we can help bring down the temperatures that have been rising, changing the weather patterns, a lot of floods and droughts. So in a way, there's also an environmental aspect in planting trees. That is what we are seeking to promote.
Wonderful. I think you've also taken note of a question that was being asked concerning the water tables and you know, the rapid expansion of growing of the avocados. So I think that takes into consideration the fact that you have taken an environmental study and an environmental approach of growing these things. Thank you very much for that. So Abigail from Facebook is asking, thank you for the presentation. I joined quite late. May I know the estimated cost for startup and the recommended hectareage?
One tree costs 100 kwacha, and in a hectare you get 400, so you can do the maths. And in terms of irrigation, that is microjet irrigation and drip, is around 15,000. So you can work with those numbers. So 40,000.
40,000 kwacha would do the job. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
All right. So I think there are questions from Philip Mututa. How do we access seedlings? I think definitely Engineer is one of the sources of the seedlings. So you can keep in touch, and I'm sure you can share. Do you have any contacts, Engineer, on the PowerPoint slide?
I can share so that those that are participating, maybe I type it here to be reached.
Please go ahead, and then somebody will be able to see it.
Yeah, let me type now.
All right, so same question for people who are in Copper Belt and looking for us, avocado seedlings. You can definitely look at that number and get in touch. You can get in touch with eMsika as well. We'll connect you to Engineer. Get in touch with Mr. Zhunga through his pages as well, and he'll connect you back to Engineer Chwala. So there's a question concerning the presentation, whether to be shared. Please follow the pages, and as well as there's a YouTube link that will be provided. You can go and find the video there for retraining. And lastly, go to apunzile.com. You will find all the trainings there as well. And you can also get into a learning mode where you can be asking people like Mr. Zhunga and Engineer questions on how, you know, you can go and do what you need to do. If you, with this much of love, definitely it's a clear sign via Mr. Simbolanga that we need to have Engineer again delivering this content even to the fullest, so that all of us can be able to benefit and know that there is more information out there. So I think the rest of the people, Engineer, are simply appreciating what the questions you have answered and the training that you have provided. And I think because of time, we have got 2 minutes left. I'll push it back to you, Mr. Simbolanga. You will need to stop the presentation, Engineer, so that we can see what you are typing.
Okay.
You need to go out of full mode presentation, and then we can be able to see what you are typing.
Okay, let me do that.
Great. So at this point, I would just like to remind us that this training was brought to you by Mr. Zhunga and Zhunga Farms in conjunction with Apunzile, which is under eMsika. We all have Facebook pages, Zhunga Farms, Zhunga Simbolanga. Please follow them and like them. eMsika Services, on Facebook for all your farm inputs. If you're trying to buy farm inputs from fertilizer, seed, agrochemicals, machinery, equipment, you can find them there. We'll help you buy them and have them delivered to you. Trainings on like these ones and more, you'll find them on Apunzile on our YouTube pages. Mr. Simbwalanga, please, back to you. Right? Thank you very much for everyone for asking questions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mwale from eMsika, and I would want to offer my special thanks to Engineer Chiwala, who has been very instrumental tonight. Engineer Chiwala, we do these classes free every Sunday, and please don't refuse next time we call on you, either avocado related or any other, since I know that there are many other fields that we may contact you on. We want to educate as many people as we can, and this is the spirit that we are all learning, to help one another and reaching out to many people. And that's the spirit you have demonstrated today, so that Zambia may develop and we may change the narrative. Why should we be importing tropical fruits? The ones that we ourselves in Zambia can make. The art you have taught us today, no any other person could have done it better but you. So please, those that are watching us through Facebook or Zoom, WhatsApp, or wherever you are watching us from, please like my page, Zhunga Simbwalanga, share with many others, look out for more topics, like the page eMsika. Those that want agriculture implements, all the other things that you may want, chemicals and whatever, eMsika acts as a media, as a platform for ordering such many other things that you may want. You may like them, ask them many questions. For this presentation on my page, it will be posted just when we log out. You can always rewind and check where you may have missed. I know there are so many questions that have been asked. We may not have answered all of them, but in the process, as we go on, we still get back to the questions and answer them. So we are grateful for following us. Look out on Wednesdays. That's when we post the topics for the following Sunday. Engineer Chiwala, we are very grateful. May God richly bless you. We have nothing to offer you for the time that you've given us, but I know that the knowledge you have shared here, God is going to add much more knowledge. And the people who want to buy us avocado seedlings, please contact Zhunga Farms, contact Zhunga Simbwalanga. You can contact eMsika, you can contact MORIAH Gardens directly. We will still link you to MORIAH Gardens for the orders. Thank you so much. And Engineer Chiwala, your last words before we sign out.
Thank you very much, Senior Counsel, for the opportunity you gave us to share these thoughts. I'd like to encourage the participants, like I've said before, that the cultivation of us avocado is an idea whose time has come. So you're welcome. Let us build Zambia and contribute to the transforming of the economic landscape. This is a generational investment. I submit.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. You can please remain behind, Engineer and Simbwalanga. Everyone else, we're grateful for your coming through. Please share the message, share all this information with other people, share the Facebook pages with other people. I mean, you don't want to be the only one learning such things. So have a good night, everyone, and God bless you. Thank you.